Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to Cooking for Everyone. Well, today I'm going to show you how to make, let me see what this thing is, it's a waffle maker. I'm going to show you how to make waffles from scratch. I got a recipe, I'll put the recipe down in the descriptions when I'm done. The one thing you'll notice is that I have this little scale. It's a great little thing. When you're doing baking, you'll see a lot of, you might end up seeing a lot of weighted recipes. It's helped to keep a more consistent product. So this is going to be kind of a, it's got a little bit of weight, a little bit of cups and spoons. So as we go along, you'll see what I'm talking about. So, okay, so I'm going to get my ingredients measured out, get my, well, maybe get my scale to turn on. Oh, maybe not, because I need new batteries in it. Alrighty, just gonna have to figure out that in a minute here. Okay, now my electronic malfunction is fixed. I have fixed the battery in that. So what we're gonna do, so like I said, we're gonna weigh out some of our ingredients. You'll see as I go along. So right now I'm gonna put this on here. Tear that down to 0, and we're gonna put, I gotta refer back to the recipe a little bit myself, it's make this look, but anyway, okay, we're gonna go 570 grams. I'm gonna be using a metric system for this, but I want to put it down in the descriptions. I'll probably put it in both for you. Anyway, I say 570 grams. So what we're gonna do here, I'm kind of reading this upside down, so bear with me. 315. So the recipe says sift. You don't have to sift all of your dry ingredients. That's one thing about recipes too, that you really need to, before you even start, is before you start doing anything, just read the whole recipe right through, because I've made the mistake of, whoops, way too much. Say 570, that's not 570, that's like 600. We got 559, yeah, 558, so 570. Wow, I really just can't measure today. Anyway, so one of the mistakes I've made in the past is not reading, and it's like, oh, I've added this ingredient and this was supposed to go somewhere else. So there we go, 570. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to keep going along, and then we can put all our dry ingredients. Like I said, you should read it through, because one of the dry ingredients is sugar in this, but it doesn't actually go in here. It goes in with another thing to make a meringue, and I'll go over that fairly quickly. Okay, so what do we got next? We got 5 mils of salt. So just regular salt in this one, baking. Let's just give it a little flavor, right? So 5 mils. I'm gonna grab my measuring spoons. 5 mils is technically 1 teaspoon, like I said. So I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon in there. Okay, 1 teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to go, we got 30 mils of baking powder, which is also equivalent of 2 tablespoons. Where's my baking powder? There it is. Like I said, I'll put this all in the recipe down in the description. So, okay, so you want to level it off. So 1, 2, because 1 tablespoon equals about 15 milliliters. Okay, so there's our baking powder. Okay, what do we need next? We got, okay, those are our main dry ingredients. I'm gonna tear this off, and we're gonna measure out our sugar. Like I said, it's a dry ingredient, but it needs to be separate from what you're making, because it doesn't actually, it goes in this part, it goes together, just not right now. Okay, so whoops, keep bumping stuff. Sugar, right? That's what I'm looking for. Where's my sugar? There's my sugar. And I need 60 grams of sugar. Okay, we're gonna get 60 grams of sugar on here. Like I said, bear with me, I'm reading this upside down so you guys can see what I'm doing. It was 50, did I say 60? I think I said 60. Alright. There we go, 60 grams of sugar. Okay, so we're gonna, that, oh no, we need one more. Okay, we're gonna tear that out. Other thing, so we're gonna weigh, so we got the milk. Gonna need that we need milk, 750 mils of milk. You can swap out regular milk for buttermilk, but there's a little bit of changes in that. So if you swap out the buttermilk, you want to reduce your baking powder to 1 tablespoon and then add 2 teaspoons, 10 mils of baking soda. So yeah, I will try and add that in there too in the description. What did I say? 750 mils. So about 3 cups approximately. It's about 3. Doesn't have to be exact, but I use 3%. So there's one of our liquids, and one of our other liquids we're going to do. You can use melted butter or oil. I'm just going to use oil because it's just easier and cheaper. And I just gotta. It's one thing I forgot. Oh no, I'll just use this because we're going for 250 grams. So I'm going to. Oh, I don't know if that is going to be big enough, so I'll use this guy. So 0 that. Regular cooking oil works fine. It's what gives you your crispiness. All right, you done jumping around, Mr. Scale? All right, so 250. So, oh, a little overboard there. I'm actually kind of glad I grabbed the measuring cups. So maybe we can take a look at what that would be in cups here. Never really thought about that, but 60, no, 250. So let's keep going. Just dig up just a tiny bit more. And this is kind of the oil of the butter. There we go, 250, which is approximately about 300 milliliters. About a cup. Okay, well, that's good to know. I learned something new today, along with you, I hope. Anyway, all right. That's all our scaling stuff that we need. Like I said, these are great things to have if you do a lot of baking. weighted recipes work really well. Okay, this thing just wants to fight me today. Doesn't want to turn on first. Battery doesn't work. Now it doesn't want to turn off. Alright, we're just going to throw that aside for now. Okay, so next thing we're going to need this recipe. This recipe is really large. It makes a huge amount. I have a large family, so it's great for us. You can always divide all the ingredients in half and make a smaller batch or quarter, whatever. This recipe works really well. Full recipe, half recipe, whatever you need to do to it. Anyway, because it's a recipe I got out of a professional cooking book. Anyway, so alright, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna separate some eggs, and for this one we need 6 eggs. So I'm gonna take out 6 eggs. If I can count to 6 today, I don't know. 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Alright, so we're going to separate some eggs. I'm going to show you 2 ways to separate the eggs. Because we want the egg whites. We're going to make a meringue. That's what our sugar is going to be. I'm going to give you the basic idea. I'm not going to show you the whole way through it, because it takes a while process doing by hand. If you have an electric mixer, it works a lot easier and better, but I didn't feel like taking mine out. So I'm going to do mine by hand. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the eggshell method, but meringue, if you get egg yolks in it, if I can crack an egg, get egg yolks in your whites, it doesn't work out as well. But so I'm going to just show you how to separate it with the eggshell. It's not my favorite method of doing it, but it works. Just got to be careful. So there. What I prefer to do, and some people don't like getting their hands messy, so your hands clean. Just take a drop in your hand. Open your fingers just slightly and give it a little toss. Boom, done. Just kind of shake it till it just separates out. It's interesting how eggs are more than one piece. Oh shoot, I missed. Anyway. Yeah, we're on egg number 4. This goes for 6, so. Come on, Mr. So yeah. We don't have to worry about what we're going to do with the egg yolks, because everything I have out here right now, even though that we're separating these out, is all going to go into this recipe. Okay. Last egg. Ah, there we go. Alrighty. So, here we go. I'm going to wash my hands up. Just pick that up. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Stuff around now. All right. Okay. So, we've got our egg whites. We'll take our whisk. I'm just gonna kind of go. You're not gonna stir it. Whisking means like either moving back and just kind of move it back and forth. So, one side to the other, one side to the other. Just kind of like that. Yeah, I need a new whisk. That one doesn't like me anymore. So yeah, just kind of make a nice little S pattern And I might have to grab my other whisk because this one likes to fall apart on me. So basically, a meringue is egg whites, sugar, and air. It's pretty much what a meringue is. So, like I said, I'm gonna give you a quick just look, and I'll show you what it looks like after. So yeah, we just want to kind of get this to the point. Like I said, this by hand takes a while. It's hard on the forearm. Well, if you notice, older bakers probably have a huge freaking forearm. But anyway, I'm doing this without machines. So you see how it's kind of foaming up there a little bit? I'm going to get ahead of myself here, but I got to grab the other whisk. That one's just falling apart on me. There we go. I don't even know what to call it right now. Just kind of just turn it. I find the S method works the best. You can just kind of fold it in, I guess, is what yeah, you can see how it's turning white, it's getting a lot thicker. And you want to kind of make it just peaks. So I'm gonna get this where I need it before I add the sugar, and then we're going to add our sugar into this and then keep going. So not to sit here and bore you to death on the rest of this. I'm going to get this closer to where we need it, and then we'll come back and I'll add the sugar in it. Okay, so I've got my meringue. The one thing I forgot to mention too is if you take your eggs out ahead of time, get them to about room temperature, the meringue turns out better. So got it to this stage called soft peaks, where it pulls up and just drops down. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add our sugar, and we're going to keep going with that. And now we're going to mix that in, and now we want to get it to firm peaks. So that's going to take a little bit of time. But like I said, I didn't want to sit here and make you watch me do the whole thing. But yeah, it takes a while. So like I said, if you got an electric mixer, it goes a lot faster. So I don't know. Something about just doing it by hand just, feel like I've accomplished something a little bit more. And one thing I will say, like, yeah, this is time consuming. It takes a lot of time. You need a bit of time to do this. But I will say that everybody that I've ever served these to said they're the best waffles that they've ever had. So definitely give them a try. Try it. Enjoy. Like, definitely, if you're gonna do it, like, I usually don't make these unless I got a day off to get it all together and make a nice little breakfast or brunch for the whole family. Usually it's definitely one of those holiday, hey, I'm gonna have a holiday breakfast brunch thing going on. I'm gonna make these waffles and make a awesome time there. So we're almost there. We're getting there. So, yeah, I think that a little bit more. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. It's getting pretty close. I kind of want to show you that. So I'm going to get it to where we need it, and then we'll move on from there. Alright, so wanted to get it to, we got from soft peaks to firm peaks, so pull it up, should just stand up, right? You can go a little bit further than that, but that's about where you want it. You pull it up, it's just gonna kind of stay cold. All right, so that's meringue. All right, so we're gonna put that aside for now. Here, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna sift our dry ingredients. You don't have to sift it if you don't have one of those fancy little sifters. Little fine strain will work just as well. So just, all right, I'm gonna strain it today because my flour is a little lumpy. But if you don't have that or one of these things, not a huge issue. You can get away with not doing it. I've done it without it, but it makes the batter a little bit nicer. All right, if you sift it through here. All right, you see, let's fine it out. All right, so I'm gonna sift this out. So what we're gonna do is excuse me, we got all our what the heck are they called? I got all our dry ingredients, and I'm gonna sift them in here. So what we're gonna do, I got this large stainless steel bowl here. Now I'm gonna add all my ingredients together here. So, and then I'm gonna have to get, I didn't want to turn on the waffle maker yet because it heats up, makes a bunch of beepy noises, and just gonna be beeping in the background on me, so, and you might not be able to hear what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so, like I said, this is making anything from scratch. Good food takes time, and making anything from scratch is going to take you some time. So just put the love into it, and it'll turn out actually pretty good. So, all right, we're almost there. I got all my ingredients out of there. It doesn't take much to turn a simple thing into a sifter. Alright, so doesn't take much. Alright, yeah, I'm going to use my whisk over there to put this stuff together. So we got all our wet, this is all our dry, all our wet ingredients. We got milk, oil, eggs. That's all going to go in here next. So we're going to get, basically, now we got all our ingredients together. Now we're going to start making our batter. So we're almost there. Okay, looking lovely. Looking lovely, lovely. Okay, I want to make sure I get all that out of there. Make sure I got all my ingredients. Sift it through nicely. My salt does not want to sink too. It's interesting. You want to sift. Anyway, so I'm just going to throw that in there. Right? Okay, I'm going to clean up here. Oh, my towel. Okay, so, and the recipe doesn't matter. It's all going to go together eventually anyway. So we're going to beat these eggs up and get those in there. Try to get as much as you can out of there. Not a huge issue if you don't get it all. But if you're really worried about that, just take a nice spatula, kind of scrape it all down, get that in there. Likely get all of it. Like I said, you're not going to get every little ounce, but as much as you can. Alright, so that aside. So I'm going to put my oil in next. Okay. And first and foremost, we're going to put in this. So now we're going to stir that together. We just want to get it all nice and combined until it's not lumpy. You see how it's lumpy, so you want to make sure you just kind of just mix it up. Stir it in there. Get all that flour so it's, don't then have any dry, the lumps are gone. Don't want to overdo it too much though too, because it'll end up overworking it a little bit and make it turn out kind of ucky. Yeah, technical term, ucky. Anyway. But yeah. So. And so we're getting so starting to look a lot like batter. You know? It's like waffle batter, pancake batter. They're fairly similar. They got the same ingredients, it's just the amounts that are different really. Okay, so doesn't have to be complete, but definitely want to get just want to make sure you get all that combined until it's not too bad, right? Smooth it out as much as possible without overworking it. It's a fine line there. Okay, we're looking pretty good. So now we're going to take our meringue that we made and we're going to fold it in. What that means, and I'll show you, literally the term folding is actually the way it sounds. So we're going to pour that in there. Right, so we got that in there. This is what makes your waffles nice and fluffy. This is meringue. So we fold it in. So we just kind of literally fold. Just kind of I don't know how else to describe this. You just kind of turn it, just half turn it in there so you get it all nice and mixed in there. You want to get that all that combined in there. Make sure that it's all nicely combined. See, it's kind of lightening it up a bit, making the batter a little bit thinner. But yeah, that's consistency you want. Alright, so right now we got our batter going. Sometime, well, I'm going to probably let it rest for a few minutes. That's never a bad thing while I get my waffle maker heated up. So yeah, we just kind of slightly turn in there, and there we go. Looks like we got that mostly in there. Get a couple more turns. Now we're looking pretty good. Okay, so put that aside, and we're going to turn on the waffle maker here. Okay, so I just crank her up, get it heated up. So basically, no matter what waffle maker you have, they'll basically function about the same. Turn it on. This will work in any waffle maker. This recipe, don't need anything fancy unless you want a fancy one. That's up to you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get that heated, and then we're gonna lightly grease it. What I'm gonna use, like, you can just use regular cooking oil, and actually maybe I'll show you both methods, and we'll go from there. All right, so like Pam makes it a little easier, just give it a quick spray on there, help it from sticking, and then we can use some regular cooking oil and just a little barbecue brush. That'll work too. Both methods work. If you don't want to spend the money on the Pam, that's fine. if you're cooking, you probably have some sort of cooking oil. I would not recommend olive oil. You want a neutral flavored oil on there, because you put something that's actually have some little bit of flavor to it, which I find olive oil does. Your waffles are probably going to not turn out very tasty. So definitely a neutral oil if you're using it. All right. So while I'm letting that heat up, it's going to take a little bit. So movie magic or YouTube magic, whatever you want to call it. We're going to come back to this when it's ready. Okay. Okay, now the waffle maker's heated up. Woo, smoky. Anyway, this one already had a little bit. So what we're going to do is just going to take. I'm going to do the oil one first. So we're just going to give that a nice little, just brush a little bit of oil on there. And your first batch, always kind of weird. Doing this for years, mine always turns out kind of weird to start with. So we're going to take our batter, got a ladle, I'll put them in each one, just kind of coat it up a little bit. Just slightly fill it. It doesn't have to be perfect, because this is gonna, I think I got a little bit too much in here, but we'll find out. If it starts to seep out the sides, you know you put too much in there. So we're going to get our batter in there, and then we're going to close the lid. I'm going to let that cook till the indicator says it's done. I find they're not quite done when that happens. So if you, I don't know if you can see this on the video, but basically you want to do it till it stops, the steam stops coming out the sides, and then you know they're done. So if you see that, see it's kind of rising up and the steam's coming through there. So if you notice, I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to do a couple batches. I'm not going to show you the whole batch here. So yeah, just heat them up and serve. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to let them cool, and I'm going to throw them in the freezer. Kids love to pull them out, throw them in the toaster, have them for breakfast. You can warm them up. Used to make one of my kids waffle jam sandwiches on it. They loved them. So there's a couple other ideas you can run with that. So like I said, we're just gonna let her cook. You need something to throw this stuff on. I'm just gonna grab a plate and just throw them on there for now, so you can have a better look at what's going on here. So indicator's saying it's done. I can still see steam coming out of here, but I'm gonna open up and take a look. It looks pretty good. Like I said, the first batch looks kind of weird, but I'm gonna let that cook for a few more minutes. Looking pretty good though. So yeah, let's like I said, we'll pop this batch out, and then I'll show you other way to grease them. Yeah, you can see I think that's smoke, but that's steam actually coming out of there. So depends on how crispy you really like your waffles. So nicely, you can always turn down. I just run mine on high. I just run my waffle maker on high. I just find it it works the best. You just gotta make sure you're keeping an eye on it. Yeah, I almost wish you could smell it. It smells awesome. All right, I was gonna take a quick peek. Those look lovely. So I just gotta be careful and just pop them out. If you want, your fingers aren't as tough as mine. You can just take a fork and just kind of pop them out. Yes, I know they're done. You've told me this. Okay. There we go. Okay, so batch of waffles. So I'm going to do another batch, like I said, and use Pam cooking spray. Whichever way you want to go, either way works. Just got to give it a quick coat. Put it back down, let it heat up a little bit before you put your waffle batter back on. Because, like anything, you put cold stuff on it, it's going to drop the temperature. So you want to make sure that you bring your temperature back up to where you want it, so it actually cooks nicely and in a good manner. So, yeah. So now, right now, we're just going to wait. So now we're back up to temperature. Okay, so back up temp. Just layer in there. Oops. Waffles are messy. You notice I'll make a mess here. So, like I said, you don't need to fill the whole thing. Just enough to put it in. Whoops. Yeah, see? It's making a huge mess. I'll clean that up in a sec here. Alright, so we're going to get that batch going. Yeah, see, I overfilled it. As you can see, overfilled that one a little bit, and we're dripping out the edge there. So, it's not a huge issue. I always end up cleaning up my waffle maker after I'm done anyway. Oops. Yeah, see, this is where I don't like to go by the indicator. If you go by the steam, it actually works better, because I just put them in there and it's telling me it's done now. Yeah, they ain't done yet. So yeah, let's clean up my mess. Like I said, sometimes I just take that excess batter off the side. You don't have to do that, you can just wait. So yeah, we're going to let that cook. While we're letting that cook, I'm going to clean up my mess here. Whoopsies. Destroying. Yeah, I don't think they're quite done yet either. So I'm just going to clean up my mess. Oops, runaways. Alrighty then. I think we're going to let that go. I just want to show you the next batch. It's practice. It takes time. We'll let that go to the next. Like I said, good food takes time. This is taking quite a while. So I'm gonna let that, yeah, see all that steam come out. You can wait till that's all dissipated and you know that it's done. But it's going off again. We're gonna take a quick peek at it. You don't have to. You can just leave it and wait for the steam to be done. But yeah, see, tell me it's done. It's looking a little underdone. So the better indicator is the steam when you're actually cooking your waffles. So I think that would indicate it all. Depends on your waffle maker too. Mine just seems to be, hey, I'm up to temperature, I'm done. It's like, no, you're not. Because like I said, I like my waffles a little crispier than most, but like I said, it's all up to you. As long as it's cooked all the way through, you're good to go. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to let that go a little bit longer. Hearing some stuff in the background. While I'm waiting for those to cook, I'm just going to put my stuff away. Give all my stuff a quick clean here in a bit. But alright, let's take a look. Looking not too bad. Pan doesn't crisp it up as nice as the oil, but you can see we're looking pretty good there. No, maybe not. Yeah, I think that needs actually a few more minutes. You know, we're not quite crispy enough on that one for my liking. But anyway, I think you got the idea. I don't know, like, subscribe, anything you want to see. Like I said, I'll pardon me, I've been talking a lot today, so I hurt my throat. Anyway, gonna put the recipe down in the description. So if there's anything else you'd like to see, anything I can help you with, I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, have a good day. And I just want to reference it's probably going in. Just want to reference one more thing. This recipe is out of Professional Cooking, Gisslen Professional Cooking 3rd edition. So I just wanted to let you know where this recipe is from. Alright, thank you.